All right, so we are ready to start. We are going to be
All right.
working on lesson
Got it.
20. Please mute your mics if you're not going to be speaking. All right, hold on one second.
What page, Mr.?
It's pages, from pages,
212.
yeah, thank you
What
very much.
pages?
212 to 220, I believe. I'm not quite sure, guys. All right, it's lesson 22.
In front.
Yeah, we're going to be working first and
Page 2014.
yeah, give me one second, please, because it's very difficult to go over all the questions you have. We are going to start on page 212, like Diego said, because we are going to start with the vocabulary, okay? And we are going to start on page number 12, early attempts to fly. I hope everyone is ready. So I'm going to start the presentation. Oh my goodness, what happens?
Mister,
Yes.
early attempts to fly will be the homework. Or will be the
No, we're gonna work on it right now.
What, mister?
Pages 212 and 213, that is what we
Ah,
are going to be working right now. All right, so we're gonna go over the vocabulary. We have conditions, decrepit, frustration, harsh, instinct. Conditions, well, these are current circumstances or how things seem to be. For example, we are working um, under certain conditions right now. We are working virtually because we are not able to work, um, you know, in an actual classroom because of all this coronavirus situation, right? So those are
yes.
conditions.
Yes,
An
mister.
example, it's ice and snow make for dangerous driving conditions, right? Next word is decrepit. It's worn out or broken down because of old age or hard use, okay? And so something decrepit is something very old, like it may be a very old house, a very old car, anything that is really, really old and it's probably broken or out of use, that is decrepit. All right.
More
And
than 1 year, more than 5 years or 10.
probably we don't really know. Some things get old faster than others, right? Okay. An example is the car is so old and decrepit that it barely starts. Next word is frustration, which is a feeling of. Can you please mute your mics? It's a feeling of anger and helplessness caused by being unable to accomplish a goal. Whenever we have a goal and we are not able to accomplish that goal because a, a specific reason, some we may feel frustration, right? Because we didn't do that, we didn't accomplish that. Example, my frustration is caused by inability to master algebra. Some people frustrations is for example not to be able to do a specific task or not to be able to get good grades in specific or particular classes, subjects. All right. And harsh. Harsh is severe and unpleasant or rough. Like hard, I will say a synonym would be hard. We usually use this word when we want to talk about the climate or the weather. We say the weather is harsh. When we, give me one second, please. Someone is messing up with the application and this is taking me a lot of precious time. All right, done. So, yeah, we can
Mister,
say one of the seasons is harsh. For example, the winter, when it's too cold or there is a lot of snow, we can say that the winter
Mister,
is, yes.
harsh we can only use for climate.
No, not necessarily. I'm saying that we usually use it for climate or weather, but we can use it in any under any other circumstances as well. All right. And for example, some people we use harsh also when we are going through a very difficult situation, economically speaking. Uh, we can say that it's a harsh time that we are going through. Example, the winter was very harsh this year. Instinct is something natural rather than learn. And we use instinct mostly to talk about the animals, or sometimes because we are animals as well, we do many different things by instinct. Example, birds build their nests by instincts. Instinct. Why? Because birds don't go to school to learn how to build a nest. They do that but by instinct, right? Okay. All right. We are going to answer the questions on page 212. Early attempts to fly. The first one says, describe something else an animal might do by instinct. Okay, so you have the examples over here. Okay, I'm having trouble with those people who are unable to mute
Mister,
their mics. Yes.
we have to copy all or some or only some.
Some of them, it is not necessary to copy all of them. For example, some things, some other things that animals do by instinct are eat, hunt, hibernate, swim, fly, walk, etc. But you can write just like two of them: eat and hunt, for example, or hibernate, swim. All right. The other one is what causes you frustration. Well, um, we may feel frustration for many different reasons. In my case, for example, because I have a recorder and I like playing some songs using my recorder, sometimes I'm not able to do it properly, so that causes me a lot of frustration. I don't know what your example might be, because you might get frustrated for many different reasons, and every single one of you is different. So this is a very personal question. What causes your frustration? I don't know, but write it down in your book, okay? Okay, moving forward. Write an antonym for harsh. As I said before, harsh is something hard, difficult as well. So some antonyms might be gentle, smooth, or soft. You can just write one of them if you want. Okay. Thumbs up if you are working in the book, guys. I need to know if you are really working in the book. Thumbs up, please. I don't see anybody giving me the thumbs up.
Wait, I have my thumb up, Mister.
All right.
Did you look my thumb, Mister?
No, Emilio, I don't see it.
Me, yes. I will raise my hand, Mister.
Okay. Oh, very good. I can see it. Raise your hand if you are finished with this question number 3. Very good. Very good. Very good. I'm still having a couple of you who haven't finished. Okay. Thank you. All right. So next one is, thank you. Thank you. What are the best conditions for doing homework? Uh, this is something that may vary as well, but generally we need a quiet place and a comfortable place to do our homework. Because imagine if you are like in a room where there are kids running around and there are kids making noise, there is loud music, so you won't be able to work properly. So the better conditions or the best conditions for doing homework, quiet and comfortable. All right, next one. What else can become decrepit over time and why? Well, we have different things: machines at first place, buildings, furniture. And who wants to give me examples of machines that can become decrepit over time?
Cars.
Cars.
Mister,
Yes.
the bombs of the station of of gasoline.
A train, a train.
Yeah, a train. Very good. The
Mister,
the gas station itself can become decrepit. Yes, Emilio.
why other people have raised a hand?
Yeah, that's hold on one second. Sometimes I'm not able to see not all the people, but I see like Loani, yeah. And
Jean Carlos,
let me lower
Emily, and
your
Nicole.
hands. All right. All right. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So yeah, so that those things like cars, buildings, and machines like your microwave, your even your refrigerator, your TV, they can become decrepit over time. And why? Because things get old and they don't work the same way they used to work before, right? Over time, they become a little bit decrepit and they stop working properly somehow. So that's why. All right. Hold on one second, guys. My computer is running out of battery, but I just have
Mister,
my yes.
I was thinking that was my computer.
No, it's mine. All right. So let's move forward. Next part. Okay, we are going to read Amelia Earhart, Pioneer Pilot. Okay, so we are going to. I'm going to the. Adelson, go ahead and read.
Amelia Earhart, pioneer pilot. Amelia Earhart was a pioneer who changed how people thought about flying and pilot. She changed how people talk about what women can do. Amelia Earhart was born on July 24, 1897.
1897.
She 1897. She saw her first plane at ASA Fair when she was 10 years old. She was not impressed by the roster and described aircraft. When she was 20, Amelia went to a stunt flying show with a friend. The pilot performed tricks in the airplane. A pilot saw Amelia and her friend, and he tried to scare the woman by flying straight at them. Amelia did not move an inch. Instead of being afraid, Amelia was fascinated. She knew then that flying was her future.
Thank you very much. Okay, what is something that Amelia did uh, on her time? Because remember when she grew up, by the time she grew up, it was a time in which the women were not allowed to do many different things. So how did she change the people, what the people thought about the women?
She made her her first plane when she was 10 years old.
Yeah, she saw her first plane when she was 10 years old. And it says something at the end of the second paragraph that says that one pilot was performing tricks in the air. And when he saw Amelia and her friend, he tried to, scare them by flying straight at them, but Amelia did not move. So she wasn't scared at all, but she wasn't impressed and she was fascinated, and that day she knew that flying was her future. All right, so we have a question on the bottom. It says, what why might a decrepit aircraft look like? What do you think?
With big motors.
Um,
Yeah, remember, yeah, like
Rusty.
rusty, old, broken, down. You can use all those adjectives to answer the question on the bottom of the page. Old, broken, rusty, down. You can choose just one, just two of them, like old and rusty, broken and down, whatever. All right. Let me know when you're finished.
Finish.
Okay. All right. Next part. Young Amelia. Raise your hand if you would like to read. Jared, go ahead.
Friends were not surprised by Amelia's interest in planes. Amelia was always looking for adventure, and she liked to do things that were off limits for women at that time. She kept a scrapbook of articles about pioneering women. Most of the articles were about women in engineering, law, and other male-dominated fields. Amelia knew that women were just as smart and capable as men were. She wanted to prove this to the world. Amelia graduated from high school in 1950. She worked as a nurse aide in Canada during World War I, taking care of wounded soldiers. Later, she went to college and then got a job as social worker. She began to save money.
Thank you very much, Jared. Okay, so Amelia was a different kind of girl, right? She was always looking for adventure. She liked to do things that were off limits for women at that time. So she was very different. Okay, the question on the bottom is, what details help you conclude that Amelia Earhart was different from most women of her time?
She was more rude.
Rude.
Hmm.
What do you
He
mean by
was
rude?
more. He was more adventure.
Exactly. She was always looking for adventure. That's one of the details. She was always looking for adventure. She clipped articles about pioneering women in male fields. Because remember, um, women were not allowed to do many different things at her time, right? So that's why she kept like clipping articles about these women who were doing things in male fields, right? Because she wanted to be a pioneer as well. And please go ahead and copy the answer. When you're finished, let me know so I can go ahead
Mister,
and move to the next section. Yes, Emilio.
we had to copy both details or only one.
Both details.
Okay.
Nom, 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 nom,
Emil, can you
nom.
please mute your mic?
Shut up, Emil. I finished. Shut up, Emil. Shut up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move forward to the next section. All right, flying the canary. All right, raise your hand if you would like to read, please.
I don't finish.
I don't copy, mister.
Emil, go ahead. Don't worry, Nicola. I will be sharing the PowerPoint when the class is over. Yeah.
Okay, flying the canary. Canary. January 3 of 1921 was a day that changed Amelia's life forever. One, one on that day she had her husband. Amelia loved to fly and learned quickly. She had an instinct for flying. 6 months after she begins flying, Amelia bought her own plane. It was small and yellow and fit only two people. She called in Canary. In October of 1922, Amelia flew 14 feet high, 14,000
Thousand.
million
For
feet,
no, no, no. 14,000 feet.
14,000 feet high in her plane. It was the first time a woman had flown that high. Already Amelia was breaking, breaking records. But rather than joy, she felt frustration. She had set a world record, but no one paid attention. Although the world didn't think think of her as a great pilot, Amelia didn't give up. She kept her job as a social worker and
Flu.
her plane flew flew her plane as a hobby. Her big break came a few years later.
Thank you very much. So at this point, we know that on January 3rd, 1921, and she started like her first flying lesson, right? But then 6 months after that, and she bought her own plane. But in October 1922, she flew 14,000 feet high in her plane. This was her first time, and she was breaking the records. Why was she breaking records?
Because
Because she
she
fly high.
14,000 feet
Because
high.
she don't give up.
Because she didn't give up. Yeah, but she was breaking records because, remember, she was like
She
the
flew
first.
for
Uh-huh.
There's
14,000 feet
Because she
high
was
in her plane.
because she
Yeah,
was a woman and fly
exactly.
14,000 feet
Ex-
high.
exactly, Emilio,
she
because
was
she
the
was
first
a
woman.
woman. Exactly. She was a woman. She was the first one of flying
Mm,
14,000 feet in her plane, right? However, she wasn't like, very happy. How was she feeling?
Happy,
Frustrated.
but
She was frustrated. She felt
Frustrated.
frustration because she was probably trying to break some other records because
frustrated.
she had set a world record, but no one paid attention. That's why she felt frustration, right? Okay, the question says, why didn't the world think of Amelia Earhart as a great pilot? Very easy question, guys. Who wants to tell
Because
me
she
that?
Because
It
was
she
a
was a
was the
woman.
woman.
first time a woman had flown that high.
Exactly. It was the first time a woman was flying that high, or because she was a woman.
What I say.
Yeah, exactly. Let me know when you're finished so I can move to the next section.
finish.
Finish it.
Amelia, speak properly, please.
Finish.
Okay.
Finish.
All right.
Station H.
Finish.
All right. Next section, a dream come true. Please raise your hand. And other, Lauren, go ahead.
A dream come true. In 1928, Amelia got a phone call from a man who asked if she would like to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Amelia was thrilled, but she wondered if the call was a trick. Why would anyone ask her to fly on such a dangerous and important mission? Amelia learned that the call was real and said yes. She went to New York and met the people who would fly across the Atlantic with her. Her co-pilot, Wilmer Bill Stolz, was well known and respected. Louis E. Slim Gordon would be on board as the mechanic. His job was to fix anything that went wrong with the plane during the flight.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Excellent. I like the way you were reading. You're respecting punctuation and also pronouncing the words correctly. All right. So, question. It says, why might Amelia Earhart have thought the phone call was not real?
Because no one can pass the Pacific Ocean alone.
Good point.
because
Mhm. Yeah.
because he don't uh, she don't think that a woman can fly such a dangerous and important mission.
Yeah, kind of like that, Jared. It's not that, I mean, she can. She thinks that she can, but she's questioning herself, like, why would someone call me to do that? This is a very important and dangerous mission. So the answer is she questioned why someone would ask a woman to fly on a dangerous and important mission. So go ahead and write that down so we can continue in the next section, please. All right, let me know when you're finished. All right.
Finish.
All right. World famous
Finish.
journey. I'm gonna have someone else reading. Other than you can raise your hand. Oh, Angelica, go ahead.
A world famous journey. On June 17, 1928, Amelia, Bill, and Slim took off from the east coast of Canada. They flew a small plane called Friendship. The plane was faster than other airplanes of the time. Even so, it took almost 21 hours to reach Great Britain. The journey was long and difficult, and conditions on the little plane were harsh. Amelia and her crew flew through fog and lightning and were blown, of course, by strong winds. When they arrived in Great Britain, Amelia, Bill, and Sam were instantly famous. People around the world heard the story of their journey. At last, Amelia received recognition for her daring and skill. Amelia was happy, but she wanted to do more. She decided to spend her time setting new world records. From then on, the sky was the limit.
Thank you very much, Angelica. Thank you very much. You did it real good. Okay, what was harsh about the flight across the Atlantic?
Because
Okay.
Amelia likes to fly
The
and he
journey
want to
was
put a
difficult
journey
condition and
large
the
and
little
the
Okay, Emil. Remember, guys, you have to
because
raise
the
your hands.
weather are so cool.
Okay. Yeah, Diego, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
the journey was long and difficult and condition and the little plane were harsh.
Yeah, and also the linings and the the winds and the fog, all those things were really bad conditions for the flight. So you can go ahead and write the conditions of the plane, the length of the journey, the fog, the lining, and the wind.
Sí.
Let me know when you're finished so we can continue on the next page.
mm,
Finish.
Okay.
wait, finish.
All right. So we're going to continue. Breaking
Finish.
record. Breaking records. Emilio, go ahead.
Breaking
Huh?
record. In 1929, Amelia joined the National Aeronautic Association. She wanted to create separate flight records for women. She set and broke many of those records herself, including the record for fastest speed in an airplane. In, ni- in 1932, Amelia made the second journey across the Atlantic. This time she traveled alone. She was the first woman to fly solo. solo across the Atlantic Ocean. The trip took just 14 hours and 56 minutes. Later that year, Amelia set a record for speed. She flew across the United States in 19 hours and 5 minutes. In 1933, she repeated the flight, breaking her own record for time. 2 years later, Amelia flew more than 2,400 miles from California to Hawaii. There was no stopping her. People shocked at the daring feats made Amelia push even harder. She was always ready for a new exciting challenge.
Okay. Thank you very much. The question is, give me one second. What caused Amelia Earhart to try even harder to break records? Emilio,
Question.
it's
Wait,
in. Emily is in there on the screen, so you can go ahead and read it.
She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic.
What caused Amelia to try
because
even harder?
she liked adventure.
Uh huh. Jared.
Henry,
Woman,
Because she
she was the
was
first woman to
always
fly
ready.
solo across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, she was the first one flying alone and trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean, of course. But
Uh,
there is something about her. It's that it says there was no stopping her because people shocked at her daring feats made him. I mean, people was shocked at her daring feats, so that made Amelia push even harder, right? That's the reason why, because people was shocked, and that was like a fuel for her, and she kept trying even harder. So people shocked at her daring feats. That was the cause that she kept trying even harder. So go ahead and write it down. And then we have one more section.
shock at her. What, mister?
At her daring feats. You're not able to see the screen?
No.
Says here, people shocked at her daring feats. It's also in the first sentence, is the last paragraph.
Wait. Uh, I already do it, mister. I was having the things of participants.
Okay. All right. The last part, I'm going to read it because we are running out of time. It says, what happened to Amelia Earhart? When Amelia Earhart was nearly 40 years old, she decided to fly around the world. This journey would be her most dangerous yet. Her flight began in Florida for a month. Hold on one second. For a month, Amelia flew east. She stopped in Africa, India, and finally Papua New Guinea. The last part of the journey was across the Pacific Ocean. During the flight, Amelia lost touch with the U.S. Coast Guard. Her plane disappeared. A rescue mission searched for Amelia day after day. They found nothing. To this day, no one knows for sure what happened. Amelia Earhart is remembered as a woman who